So let's introduce the concept of slope-intercept form. Now, slope-intercept form comes in an equation that looks like this. It's solved for y. M represents your slope, and b represents your y-intercept. So we have our slope-intercept form. Now, say for example, we were given an equation that looked like this. 3x plus 2y equals 1. Now later we'll go more in depth in this, but this is what's called standard form, and we want to get it into slope-intercept form. Well, we have a solve for y in slope-intercept form. So the first thing we want to do is solve for y. To do so, we subtract the 3x to the other side, leaving us with 2y equals negative 3x plus 1. Now these don't combine because 1 doesn't have an x. Lastly, we have this 2 attached to our y. So since it's being multiplied, to undo that, we divide both sides by 2, leaving us with y equals negative 3/2 x plus 1/2. So if we were asked to identify our slope and y-intercept from this equation, we would say we have a slope, or m, of negative 3/2 and a y-intercept of positive 1/2. So now let's say we have it in slope-intercept form and we want to produce a graph of it. So this is our slope-intercept form line, and I want to graph it on my xy coordinate plane. The first thing we do is graph that y-intercept, because the intercept tells us where it crosses the y-axis. So we locate the y-intercept on the y-axis. It being 1/2, we come up 1/2. From there, we go a slope of negative 3/2. Well, negative 3/2 means down 3 over 2. So from this point, we go down 1, 2, 3 over 2. Down 1, 2, 3 over 2. We can then connect our points, and we have our line. Slope-intercept lines make it really easy to graph. That's why they're really friendly and used a lot. Let's do another example of graphing one of these. So, given the equation that y equals 2x minus 5, let's graph that line. So we have our coordinate plane, and here's our x and y axis. So we locate our y-intercept, being the b, negative 5. So we come down 5 in the y-axis. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put our first point. Our next point is the slope of 2. Well, we can think about it as 2 over 1. So we have up 2 over 1 as our slope, and go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and that pattern would continue forever, and would produce a linear line that looks like this. Let's try one last example. So say for example, we were given the line x plus y equals 2. Well, to first get it in y-intercept form, we need the y by itself. So I'm going to subtract x to both sides. This leaves me with negative x plus 2. Graphing this line, we know that our y-intercept is 2, so y-intercept, and our slope is right here of negative 1. So negative 1 over 1 would be our slope. So first graphing our y-intercept of 2, we come up 2, put our first point, and I'll make it a different color so you can see it better. Then a slope of -1 means I'm going to come down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. It continues on that pattern. And we have our line. Let's notice something really fast. If we have a negative slope, our line decreases from left to right. If we have a positive slope, our line increases from left to right. And since negative slope, decreasing line. So this all comes from the fact that slope-intercept form is solved for y in an mx plus b equation.